Now, on to the Duchess of Edinburgh, and she's been in Bosnia and Herzegovina this week representing the King at the 30th anniversary of the Srebrenica genocide. A very touching commemoration, obviously a horrific event in European history. Sophie just has the perfect manner for these sorts of duties. How was she involved in this ceremony?
Well, she's done some amazing work over the last few years, internationally as well, talking to survivors of sexual violence within conflict. And that is something that she's really sort of zoned in on and been a voice for the voiceless. And, she's travelled all over Africa, she's been to South America and indeed to Europe. And this is an important anniversary, 30 years since the genocide in Bosnia. And I think Sophie was delivering a message from the King, but also making sure that she took time to speak to not only survivors, but also the families and the communities that were affected by such a horrific and tragic event. And she was actually speaking to British journalists who were there with her. And cheekily, they perhaps said that, do you mind being the royal family's secret weapon, or sort of dubbed as this person who comes in and makes it all right when there's chaos and it's sort of raining all over the place. And she said, no, it's an absolute joy to not only represent the royal family, but also get the opportunity to work on topics like this that are very, very dear to her heart. And I think that shows you how Sophie has been appreciated over the last few years within that central fold of the royal family.
And the humility she still shows. Now, we hear there's going to be a bit of a shake-up of the dress code at Buckingham Palace. What's on the cards?
Well, this is an interesting story because, little known fact, there is a tennis court at Buckingham Palace. It's normally reserved for members of staff, members of the royal family, of course, play on it as well. It's been there since the early 1900s, about 1908, I think. And you normally used to have to wear sort of tennis whites like you would see at Wimbledon. And not only have Wimbledon relaxed certain rules over the last couple of years, but the King has said that he doesn't want whites to be essential. He wants to give people the choice to wear them, to bring in a bit more of a relaxed atmosphere. It has been the scene of some pretty famous tennis matches for charity in the past. Bjorn Borg and John McEnroe have played there before. Some of the Wimbledon players have even used it to train. So I think that tells you an awful lot about King Charles's personality, that he wants a bit more of a relaxed feel around the palace. Not so much stuffiness going on. So, we may see people in some more jazzier outfits at the Buckingham Palace tennis court.
Bit more colour out on the lawn sounds good to me. Now, lastly, we understand Prince William's off to the Euros in Switzerland next month to cheer on the Lionesses. What can we expect from that?
Well, we saw him during the week. It was this European Championships in Switzerland. Our Lionesses are competing. They've sort of lost their first game, but thumped the Netherlands in their second game, which is great news for them progressing further into the tournament. And, he might not turn up on his own next time, because I'm sure the children would love to go and support the team. We've obviously seen George at the men's Euros previously, and hopefully some of the other children will get to accompany him, as long as it's not on a school night, I'm told.